Once upon a time, there was a coal miner named Jim. It was 1902, and Jim was going to work like any ordinary day. He worked for 10 hours each day and was paid 20 to 40% less than minimum wage. This money had to be used to support Jim's entire family, and meanwhile, the price of rent was also increasing due to corrupt business owners. Instead of the workers feeling like freedmen, they expressed some of the characteristics of a wage slave. A wage slave is a worker that is solely dependent on their salary, that they must look past the harsh conditions of the job. After many years of working like a wage slave, Jim realized that something needed to be changed. Luckily for Jim, he was a part of the American Federation Labor Union, which was supposed to protect the well-being and rights of the employees. Jim decided that it was time to discuss these problems with the president of the AFL, Samuel Gompers. Gompers agreed to help the unions become recognized by the corporations and use the idea from the Pullman strike to do so. The Pullman strike was started by Eugene Debs, the leader of the American Railroad Union. The Pullman workers were tired of the cost of living increasing without any wage raise, so they decided to not move the trains attached to Pullman cars. It was a nationwide railroad strike that shut down many freight and passenger traffic around the country. The Pullman strike was a violent act by many employees, but was unsuccessful and soon shut down by the combined efforts of the government and railroad owners. A similar conflict that also occurred was the coal strike of 1902. Jim and his fellow coal miners threatened to shut down the winter fuel supply to all major cities. Luckily, President Theodore Roosevelt and his government commissions were able to come to terms with the union. They abolished the strike and helped Jim and his family by agreeing to pay the workers more money for fewer hours. This settlement was the first time that the federal government was a neutral party and supported the miners instead of just taking the side of the business owners. The result of these strikes helped push towards the success of labor unions and workers like Jim to have a more positive working environment and to be a better husband to his wife and father to his kids.